Okay, Coach, opening statement on the past few weeks for the Ladyjacks.
Yeah, good time to be a Ladyjack. Again, went down to Lake Charles, had three really tight contests to ultimately get our goal of winning the Southland Conference Tournament and qualifying for the NCAA championships. Really proud of my team. From the beginning to end, fought through adversity, fought through some tough times, and really got contributions from every Lady Jack that suited up in one way, shape, or form. There were big shots, there were big stops, but ultimately we went down there and accomplished what we set out to do from the beginning of the year, which is to qualify for the NCAA tournament and the big dance, and to have this opportunity to showcase Lady Jack basketball on the biggest stage.
Reflecting back on the tournament, there was one micro moment that you highlighted on your personal Instagram page, but when Monty Dominguez early in the first quarter, I think it was a turnover, and she had her head down, Faith Blackstone was able to lift her head up kind of as a, hey, don't be down on yourself. Just talk about that moment and what that signified for your team in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about culture and wanting to have a culture that is uplifting and helps each other, and that was just a micro cosm or a kind of a window into kind of the culture we've been trying to build here over my tenure here. And so for that to happen early on after a mistake and people get to see it, and then I felt honestly Monty responded well and played well the rest of the game. That just kind of shows the character of my team, and the people that we have on it are really special kids.
And then for the performances during the tournament, Ashlyn Traylor named to the all-tournament team, and then Trinity Moore, defensive night in and out for the Ladyjacks, named the tournament MVPs. To speak on those performances.
Yeah, I've said it all year long. Ashlyn Traylor Walker is the unheralded hero of our team. She does a little bit of everything. She leads us in, assists and steals, and we ask her to guard the other team's best player, and she's rebounding, and she's scoring, and she just does so much for our team, and she plays so hard. So her emphasis on our team probably does not get highlighted enough, and she doesn't care. She's a selfless kid that just goes out there and wants to win, and those are the type of kids that you love coaching. And then, you got Trinity Moore, who hopped in the boat with us last year. I never called a timeout. I never coached a game, and she had trust and faith in me with her career, and I've just loved her improvement from year one to year two. We've given her more responsibility on both ends of the floor. You talk about her defense. She's a stalwart for us on the inside of just protecting the rim and finishing possessions with rebounds, but her ability to grow her game on the offensive end really was highlighted, I feel like, this weekend, with her being able to hit the threes and score around the rim, and even her free throw shooting was really clutch for us to win the championship. So really proud of those two kids along with our entire group, but really proud of their performances on the biggest stage.
Now we go to Selection Sunday, wait for a little bit to hear the Ladyjacks name called, and then ending up being paired up with the 3 seed in that side of the bracket, Notre Dame. Just talk about the emotions through Selection Sunday, and then give a very brief preview that you could probably break down a little bit more with the media on Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, I've never been drafted. I've never been good enough or lucky enough to experience that, but we're sitting there on Selection Sunday, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting on your name to be called, and I felt like I was sliding in the draft. I was like, geez, man, I just want to know where I'm going, who I'm playing, type of situation. And then when your name gets called and you see yourself on the screen, you see your opponent, it's a special feeling. Again, people dream of being a part of Selection Sunday and a part of March Madness, and I wanted to just embrace it all, and I was glad I was able to have our friends, our family, and all of the Lady Jack fans there at Buffalo Wild Wings to kind of experience that with us. And then we get Notre Dame, we get the 3 seed in Notre Dame, somebody that was the number 1 team in the country 21 days ago, that has an electric backcourt, and that likes to get up and down. So I think it's going to be a fast-paced game. I think you got 2 teams that like to play an up-tempo style of game, and so it should be an exciting matchup.
All right, turn it over to the media.
Coach, yeah, so up-tempo game, but X's and O's wise overall, what does Notre Dame do best?
They do a lot of things really good. I think, they have Hannah Hidalgo, they have Olivia Miles and Citron, who are a three-headed monster, and they do a good job of sharing the ball and passing the ball. I think they lead the country in three-point percentage, so they're very efficient from the outside, and they pick and choose. It's like death from a thousand cuts. They got a lot of different weapons. Coach Ivy does a good job of deploying her weapons in different ways and putting them in situations for success. So we'll have to be dialed in for sure on the defensive end, especially in transition, because that's where they thrive.
And obviously, you probably don't need a whole lot of motivation at this point, but does it add any motivation at all being a heavy underdogs?
To your point, we don't need any extra motivation. We're on the biggest stage any of these kids probably have ever played on. We have the 1 o'clock game on ESPN. So again, we're talking about a prime time matchup for March Madness. I think they're going to be juiced and ready to go for this one.
And you've been a little short-handed. Do you know how many players you plan to suit up this week?
I'm suiting up all of them. So, again, we've been healthy. We were lucky enough to be healthy through the Southland Conference Tournament. And so, again, all of our available bodies will play.
And, Coach, you guys have the stats, 19th time making it to the tournament, but 3 times in the last 5 years. But what makes this team different? Because every year is different. Yeah,
I think this team is a little bit different in the style of play. We've heavily leaned on the 3-ball, which has been highlighted, but I think we get to the free throw line as well. It's been a more up-pace style of team than we've had in the past that have been able to get to the NCAA tournament. So we've kind of focused a little bit more on the offensive end than we have in years past, but ultimately, this group is game. I think that we have a lot of different weapons, a lot of different people scoring double digits on different nights. So it's a mixed bag on the offensive end for sure.
And just speaking about the offense, but I want to go to the other side, the defense of it. Notre Dame is a high-scoring team, so what have you been hammering into your ladies just this week of practice?
Yeah, just trying to keep them out of transition as best we can. Obviously we got to do a good job of limiting our own turnovers, but also making sure that when shots go up and we miss those, that we're sprinting back and we're getting matched up, and we're not allowing a team that's already high-octane on the offensive end to get easy points in transition.
And like you said, this is a big stage, but you guys, look, y'all aren't folding at all about it because you guys have been playing tough non-conference teams all year. But how has those experiences prepared you guys for this game on Friday?
Yeah, I think, when you play a tough non-conference schedule, you travel, you do different things, it should set you up for this type of an environment. Like I've said multiple times, I've got a group that's game. Most teams, they see Notre Dame up there and they're thinking, all right, well, where are we going for vacation and things like that. Our team has been dialed in on the process to try and give ourselves a chance to win this game. So they've been, dialed in on the game plan. They've been locked in. And so they're excited for this opportunity.
And you're kind of going in their neck of the woods. Not kind of, you are.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what has been the message in the locker room to your ladies?
Yeah, and just to stay confident and stay poised. I think we've done a good job all year long of staying calm in the chaos. But there's nothing like going to Notre Dame and seeing the LIV in her dressed up suit, seeing Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, and all those people standing across from you. But I don't think I have a group that's going to be timid. I think they're going to rise to the occasion and really going to be excited about the opportunity.
Obviously, one more chance for SFA to show support before you do leave. I believe there will be a send-off. We're still working on the time. So besides watching in on ESPN, obviously one more chance for the Nacogdoches faithful to come out and send you guys off before heading to Indiana. Any messages to anybody? Yeah,
I just want to continue to tell everybody that I'm extremely proud of this group that we've been able to put in purple and white. They've represented Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin, in the Ladyjack tradition with high class throughout. So I'm really proud of my staff, our players, our managers, everybody that's been a part of it, administration, Dr. Weaver, everybody. But, again, we're not just going up there to have fun. We are planning on giving it our best shot. And so, again, come Friday, make sure you turn on the TV set if you're not able to come, wear your purple, and cheer these young ladies on because they're gonna represent in a high-class manner.
Ladyjacks take the national stage, first round of NCAA March Madness against the 3-seeded University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Tune in on ESPN at 1 o'clock, or if you can make it out there, wear your purple. Coach, as always, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Axum Jacks.